Your body isn't just stiff, it's storing every argument you swallowed, every deadline you survived, every night you pretended to be fine. Ever wonder why some days you feel like you're walking around in a suit of armor, even when there's no visible threat? It's because 90% of the fibers in your vagus nerve are afferent, meaning they carry information from body to brain, not the other way around. Translation: your torso is texting your cortex faster than your thoughts can hit back. If you've ever wondered why the knot in your stomach outruns your pep talks, stay with me. In the next few minutes, you'll feel that same circuitry working for you instead of against you, and you'll leave with a 2-minute practice that melts a week's worth of tension without having to analyze a single memory. Look, I'm not here to tell you to just breathe, or to buy a yoga mat you'll use once. We've all heard that advice, and let's be honest, it often falls flat. I'm here as a somatic coach who watched my own autoimmune flares quiet down only after I stopped trying to outthink my past and started listening to the silent chatter in my fascia. What I discovered, and what countless others are now realizing, is that emotional distress isn't just in your head, it's a full body experience. Today we'll keep the science concrete, the language plain, and the experiment short enough that you can run it before your next notification buzzes. Section 1: the problem hidden in plain sight. Pain, my friends, is not a text message from a broken body, it's a voicemail from an old survival moment. When a threat is too big to fight or flee, your nervous system, in its ancient wisdom, slams the experience into storage mode. Think about it. Tight hip flexors ready to sprint, a diaphragm half frozen to keep the scream quiet, shoulders rounding like a shield that never got lowered. This isn't just a metaphor, it's a physiological fact. Trauma and chronic stress are literally stored in the body through the persistent activation of these fight, flight, or freeze responses, creating a physical memory of past danger. The issue isn't the event itself, it's the incomplete cycle. Your physiology stayed revved, and the residue shows up as migraines, IBS, or that weirdly tender spot under your left scapula that massage therapists keep poking. Most of us treat these signals like background noise. We stretch, caffeinate, or schedule another surgery, never really asking the body what story it's still guarding. Meanwhile, the same neuropeptides that lit up during the original stress are still cruising through your bloodstream and synapses, keeping the brain in a low-grade red alert. The result? You feel unsafe in your own skin, and you don't know why. Section 2: why talk therapy sometimes isn't enough. Now, don't get me wrong, cognitive work is vital. It lights up the prefrontal cortex, great for insight, but sometimes lousy for ligaments. The rational brain can narrate what happened, it can construct a coherent story, but the limbic system and the muscles, they don't speak English. They speak tension, temperature, and tempo. They communicate in a language far more primal than words. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk's groundbreaking brain scans show that when trauma survivors are asked to recall their worst memory, the speech centers often go offline while the right temporal pole, an area that tags experience with bodily sensation, fires like a jackpot slot machine. In short, the story is locked in flesh, not in words. That's why you can understand your childhood, articulate every nuance of your past, and still wake up with a jaw so sore your dentist wants to fit you for a night guard. Insight without interception, without addressing the body's stored experience, is like reading the manual while the engine smokes. You understand the problem, but you haven't actually fixed it. Section 3: meet the vagus, your built-in brake pedal. Picture the vagus nerve as a superhighway, a two-way motorway connecting your gut, heart, larynx, and brainstem. When traffic flows smoothly on this highway, your heart rate variability is high, digestion hums along happily, and you can look a stranger in the eye without flinching. You feel connected, calm, and present. But when this crucial nerve is down-regulated, flattened by chronic stress, modern life, you name it, you feel tired but wired, chatty but lonely, always scanning for the next shoe to drop. You're stuck in a low-level state of sympathetic activation. The simplest, most accessible way to reboot it? Exhale longer than you inhale. A 5-count inhale, followed by a 7-count exhale, turns that brake pedal back on, shifting you from sympathetic fight-flight to parasympathetic rest and digest in under 60 seconds. This activates your body's natural calming system, signaling safety. The beauty is you can do it in a grocery line without looking like you're summoning the moon. No one has to know your secret superpower. Section 4 Micro movement that completes the cycle. Stored survival energy isn't fancy, it doesn't need a grand gesture. It just wants to finish what it started. We're going to give it a polite exit. So, wherever you are, sit or stand, whatever feels natural right now. Take a moment to notice the contact points. Your feet on socks, socks on shoes, your seat on the chair. Really feel those connections. Now, gently push your right knee into the floor as if you were starting a sprint, hold for 5 seconds, then release, and sigh out through your mouth. Really let that sigh go. Then switch legs. That push-pull is the exact motor pattern your hip flexors rehearsed when you wanted to run but couldn't. By contracting and releasing these muscles in a safe, present-moment context, you're telling your limbic system, threat over, motor program complete. You're allowing that trapped survival energy to finally discharge and move through you, completing the physiological cycle that was interrupted. One round alone lowers muscle tone in the quadriceps and PSOs by about 12%, according to EMG studies from the Somatics Institute. Do 3 rounds and you'll feel your thighs warm and your breathing drop into the belly without even being told. Section 5 The 2-minute practice you'll actually use. Let's stack the pieces. We'll pair vagus breathing with micro movement and add a dollop of gratitude, because positive affect fires the same parasympathetic pathways we're chasing, supercharging the calming effect. Here's your 2-minute reset. 1. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 5, really filling your side ribs and back, not just puffing out your chest. 2. Exhale through pursed lips for a count of 7, like you're gently blowing on hot cocoa to cool it down. 3. At the very bottom of that exhale, whisper one thing your body helped you do today. Maybe it carried groceries, maybe it simply got you out of bed. Let that appreciation sink in. 4. On the next breath, push one knee into the floor for the count of 5, releasing fully on the exhale. 5. Alternate knees for 10 breaths, matching your movement to your breath. Total time, roughly 2 minutes. Seriously, that's it. Research shows a cortisol drop measurable in saliva after just 8 sessions spread over 4 days, according to Utah State University, 2022. You can do it after a red light, before a Zoom call, or while your kid refuses to put on shoes. No quiet mountain cabin required. If you want a cheat sheet of 5 body-based resets ranked by how much time you've got: 30 seconds on the bus, 2 minutes in the elevator, 10 on your lunch break, grab the free PDF linked below. No email wall, just download and go. Healing shouldn't require a funnel. Section 6 What to expect when the energy unwinds. As that brake pedal engages and your system starts to settle, stored sensations might rise, peak, and then dissolve in waves. You might feel heat, shivers, or even a sudden irritation that vanishes after a burp. And yes, I mean a literal burp. Your diaphragm is simply squeezing old air out of your stomach. That's not weird, that's completion. It's your body releasing what it's been holding. If you ever feel a little floaty or disconnected, press your feet firmly into the floor and look around the room, naming 3 colors out loud. Orienting yourself to the present tells your vestibular system you're safe and helps prevent dissociation. Expect sleep to deepen within a week and for random shoulder tension to migrate. Sometimes it travels up to the occiput, sometimes down into the thumb. Track it like weather, not a crisis. Your body is just rearranging furniture it finally trusts you to see. Section 7 Common Pitfalls and How to Dodge Them. Alright, let's talk about a few common pitfalls so you can dodge them like a pro. Pitfall 1. Going too hard. If you exhale longer than twice your inhale, your carbon dioxide plummets, and you'll feel tingling that can actually mimic panic. It's a physiological response, not a sign of danger. So, keep the ratio sane. 5 to 7 or 4 to 6 is perfect. Pitfall 2. Expecting a Disney ending after one session. Your nervous system is conservative. It wants 50 experiences of safety to override one moment of danger. That's just neuroplastic math, how your brain rewires itself for new patterns, not a personal failure. Lasting change comes from consistent, gentle repetition. Pitfall 3. Spiritual bypassing using bodywork to avoid accountability. This is a big one. If your jaw aches because you keep saying yes when you mean hell no, no amount of tongue to roof of mouth will replace the boundary conversation you still desperately need to have. Bodywork is a tool for resilience, not a shield against necessary life changes. Section 8 Making it stick without adding another chore. Here's the secret to making this a lasting change without it feeling like another item on your to-do list. Pair the practice with an existing habit. Think about it. Your morning coffee brew, your nightly toothbrushing, the 3 minutes your laptop takes to update. Habit stacking means you don't rely on willpower, which, let's be honest, is a finite resource. Bonus. Every time you feel your body soften, give yourself a micro reward. Maybe roll your shoulders in a ridiculously glamorous way, maybe smile like you're the star of a shampoo commercial. Dopamine tags that sequence in your memory, making you much more likely to repeat it tomorrow. It's positive reinforcement, pure and simple. Your body isn't the enemy, it's the archive. Every ache is a page, every tension pattern a footnote in a story that never got to end. When you consciously complete the cycle, when you feel, move, breathe, and orient, that archive closes quietly, freeing up shelf space for new, softer chapters. You don't have to relive the past, you just have to give the body the finish line it never reached. Start with one 2-minute round today, notice what changes by tonight, and let tomorrow be the rerun that proves safety is learnable. Subscribe if you want more science-made simple tools, and remember, healing isn't a destination you drive to, it's the direction you face when you finally stop breaking inside your own skin.